First point is the importance of principle of English language teaching. English is a foreign language, and here in India it is taught as second language. So teachers should know the certain principles of teaching English so that he can get the target, the goal, the purpose of teaching. Otherwise, he will not go in the correct direction. So, it is required from the teacher to know the principles of teaching English. Now, what are the principles of teaching English? Now, first principle is principles of motivation. It is very important principle of motivation. Means student learn effectively and permanently if he is motivated. If he is not motivated, then the teacher's teaching is effectless. For effective teaching, students should be motivated by any activity. For example, by the use of teaching aid or by the reinforcement. Reinforcement means to give them prize and grade, very good, etc. So that they will feel the motivation and they will take part in the teaching learning process. This is the principle of motivation. Second principle is principle of habit formation. Habit formation. A child learns his mother tongue very spontaneously due to his habits. So, in teaching English, also habit formation should be there. Teaching should be continued and practicing. Teacher should give him maximum opportunity of listening and then ask him to speak or follow him. In this way, he can teach English in a natural, in a habit formation, by habit formation. And third principle is principle of purpose. Everything is purposeful, and without purpose, the work is meaningless. So, learning process is also purposeful and goal directed. If the purpose of teaching and learning is clear, learning will be systematic. Learning will be systematic to reach the purpose and to reach the goal or aim or objective of teaching. Now, fourth is principle of naturalness. Teachers should teach in a natural way, not in artificial way. Only if you teach natural way, that will be effective for the students and they will try to learn. And if students feel that the teacher is teaching artificially, then they will not pay any attention to the teaching. So, for teaching English, teacher should create a natural environment. In the same way as a student learns his mother tongue in society, everyone is speaking mother tongue. So there in class also there should be a create environment, natural environment for learning English. Charts and sentence card, etc. should be displayed in the class. And next, fifth point principle is principle of linking with life. Linking with life. That the teaching learning process should be linked with life. If it is linked with life, then the students will feel attracted. And if it is not linked with life, means it is not practical, then the students will not so much attracted towards the teaching. So the teacher should try to relate the teaching to the life situation. It promotes learning in a suitable manner. English language is used to express day-to-day life at home, playfield, classroom, and in market. This linking with life, if this is linked with life, then the learning process will be accelerate. And 6 point is principle of sixth principle is principle of mother tongue. Especially for the beginners, the use of mother tongue is very important. And with the use of mother tongue, the students learn faster. So, it is allowed to teacher to use mother tongue for a beginner. And seventh point is learning by doing. It is very important principle. Learning by doing means students learn very quickly if he is involved in the teaching learning process. And in this learning by doing, teacher makes such a situation that the students are engaged doing something, some activity, and in that process the teaching will be very, very meaningful, very, very influential, effective. For example, in English teaching, the teacher give practice of pronunciation. First, he give ample opportunity to the students for listening, and then he gives the students practice of the correct pronunciation. So students will be very eager to answer. If the teacher has give them practice of listening, then they will be ready to pronounce the word correctly. In the same way, for reading and writing, these also can be given practice to the students. So learning by doing is a very effective process in every subject. And eighth is principle of concreteness. Concreteness, this is also a maxim of teaching. From concrete to abstract. A concrete thing is very effective to the mind. For example, if a teacher gives a composition to write about the Taj Mahal, if a student has seen Taj Mahal himself, then he will write it way more successfully. If it is not possible, then teacher will bring the model of the Taj Mahal. Then the student will see it, model of the Taj Mahal, and they will describe its construction. What are there? Where are the towers? Where is the garden? Anyway, तो कॉन्क्रीटनेस का मतलब होता है चीज़ को दिखाना, मूर्त रूप, साक्षात चीज़ दिखाना, उसको कहते हैं कॉन्क्रीटनेस. ठीक है, चीज़ को बताना, दैट इज कॉन्क्रीट. एंड लास्ट प्रिंसिपल है प्रिंसिपल ऑफ ऑर्डर. The natural order of learning a language is listening, speaking, reading, writing. This is the natural order. A child learns his mother tongue in this order. First he listens, people saying, people speaking, then he tries to speak. And in school, first of all, he is given the practice of reading, and at last writing, because writing is a productive skill. It is hard to learn, so it is the last skill. In the same way, teachers should follow this order: listening, speaking, reading, writing. Means he should give opportunity to the student ample for listening. He himself should speak correctly with correct pronunciation, so that the students will listen the words and the sentences, and then they should be given practice of speaking, and then reading practice should be given, and at last the students should be given practice of writing. These were the principles of learning English. So by taking care of these principles, a teacher can teach in his class English very successfully and effectively. Okay, now there are questions for you. Assignment. First question: why are principles of teaching English important? Because English is a foreign language, it is taught as a second language. So if a teacher follow the principle, then his teaching will be systematic and his goals will be achieved. Otherwise he cannot achieve his goals. So principles are important. And second question: why is motivation an important principle? Because motivation plays an important role in learning. Okay? Now third question is: what is the importance of learning by doing? And last question, detailed question: describe the principle of teaching English. All question. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. Have a nice day, my dear people teachers.